Alrighty, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Gecko the Old School Gamer here, presenting One and Done Final Fantasy Chronicles. This is the second disc, or first disc, depends on how you look at it. One of the discs has Chrono Trigger in it, and the other one has what's in there now, which is Final Fantasy IV, which is actually Final Fantasy II on the Super Nintendo. Game Boy Advance came out, and they released Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger as a bundle for an update so that people understand why we're missing Final Fantasy 4 and 5 on here in America when we came out with 7, right? Come on. Great. My camera's blurry. Damn. I have autofocus here for some reason, and it is not adjusting. But, so Final Fantasy IV, here we go. So Final Fantasy IV, was released to let people know that, hey, your Final Fantasy II on Super Nintendo is really 4. And then they released, the real Final Fantasy 2 here, which we never got in the States until Game Boy Advance came out. So as a I guess to clear things up and to give us something in the PlayStation era, Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy IV were released as a Final Fantasy Chronicles on 2 separate discs. Same package, 2 discs. So, thank you so much. Now, I do want to show you. I was playing this. I was showing Joe Sixpack this the other day when we brought him home here. I was showing him this, and I was like, this is cool. They've added CGI. They probably fixed a couple of things. I know in Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy II, the Final Fantasy Origins that they released for PlayStation and Game Boy Advance, they've upgraded the graphics to be 16-bit pretty much, and there's some NES Final Fantasy 1. There's some stuff on the NES that is broken technically. So like certain magic powers or certain items are supposed to do something, but they don't. So they fixed pretty much all of that on Final Fantasy Origins, the first Final Fantasy game released here on PS1. So I'm wondering if they fix some stuff here on this. I don't know. I'm so new to the game, to both versions, Super Nintendo Kart, Final Fantasy II, and the original Final Fantasy IV here released. So, I don't know. I don't know what they fixed. Maybe they fixed nothing, but they added CGI to this, which is really cool. But there is one thing that I did notice on the and I'm pretty sure I will be playing the Super Nintendo Kart version of this game, Final Fantasy II version. So over this, because graphically there was something going on with the ship the other day when I was playing this, and it's right off the bat. Now I have the Final Fantasy 2 loaded up right here. If I'll show you here real quick, boom. So this is the ship I was talking about. This is right away. So that is gonna that's gonna be in play here in a second. Let me show you. Oops. Let me get this fired up. The PlayStation version. And we're waiting for the loading screen. Now they've added some CGI cutscenes at the beginning, which is going to be really cool to watch. I like this. And cutscene. Yep, there it is. Squaresoft. Look like a ceiling fan, but I think that's a ship that you start off in. You're a bad guy to start in this, to start the game, you're a bad guy. And you become good. Okay. I'm wondering if there's more CGI. No. That's interesting. That CGI was pretty lackluster. Chrono Trigger one was pretty dope. So you can see here, 1991, the original one came out. 97 and 90 was, I believe, the Game Boy Advance, and then now it's PlayStation 1's turn. So that's why you have three copyright dates, and it says Final Fantasy IV, which is what it's supposed to be in Japan. But this is the English translation, updated and fixed. So, thank you for doing this. So here we go. New game. I don't have anything saved. So we're going to start a new game. And I'm going to show you right away what I'm talking about, what I immediately noticed with Joe's six-pack sitting next to me. Cleaned up. I can tell you already, this is cleaned up. Okay, you see the I don't know what's going on around this ship. I don't know what's going on here. How the ground is blinking. Let's get to a spot where Or it's not blinking so much. Oh yeah, the ship is still blinking. Okay, now it's a text box. This is the PlayStation 1 disc. So check this out. I'm restarting the Super Nintendo. Final Fantasy 2 Super Nintendo cart. Yeah, basically. I'm not going to pull it out right now, but check this out. New game. So you can see immediately, yes, it is cleaned up a little bit. The ship is flawless. Okay. The ground is not flickering and stuff. Except for that. And that. So that's all normal. But the scene was flickering pretty consistently. So I wonder why it was doing this, and I wonder how long this will go for. But I can tell you right now, I'm going to be playing the Super Nintendo version because mostly, well, this is the way it was released, and this is how we got it here in the States, and this is, you know, this is the way it was meant to be. Oops. So I'll play through this a little bit. Yeah, I just don't understand. I'm wondering, the entire game is like this. I think I would be disappointed if I didn't have the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy 2 cart, because I don't know what, maybe it's part of the PS3 not being able to read correctly, but it should be. The other games are perfect on it, so I don't know why this would be wacky. But now this is fine. This is real clear. It lands. That's pretty clear. The water's blinking. The poles are blinking. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if there's a setting in game that makes that do that. They're shoving me off. Deliver. Deliver this package. The stairs are acting up. The door is acting up. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. Oh. Wait or active. Battle speed, sound, stereo, normal, cursor, window. So you can change the window color. Yeah, okay, so okay. I've already done a Final Fantasy II one and done. That's in the description. I don't understand the flickering for the graphics. I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. The other game, like Chrono Trigger, plays perfectly. Don't know why this has to be weird. It was always a 2-disc game to buy. The Chronicles was always a 2-disc game. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe an original PlayStation can handle that graphic better than the PS3 is. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense because so far, Tomb Raider 2 and 3, Tony Hawk, every PlayStation game that I have, I've already tried and they all work perfectly except for this one. There's flickering. Now, if you've never played Final Fantasy 2/4, then this would be the game. Then you could get past that. That's not a problem. But yeah. So this is what I'm playing right here. Plain and simple. So this version of Final Fantasy IV, I'm going to have to drop it down at least to a C. Because if it didn't have this, I would raise it up to a B. Because obviously that flickering is going to go on quite a bit. So just remember that. So adios, amigos.